Emanating Voice, week 3. We've made it. Woo! We're halfway home. We're halfway home. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. Week 3. So week 1 was, what is the emanating voice? And it turns out it's a voice inside of you that you can hear from, that you can query, that you can ask questions of, and that you can make progress with. It represents something deep inside of you. Some people call it intuition. Week 2 was, when do we use the emanating voice? And I was trying to give examples of specific cases that happen. Obviously, you can use it when you're making art, when you're making a meal for someone, when you're making something creative, but you can use it for concrete things as well. I mentioned I had an interpersonal conflict that I tried to resolve, or not necessarily resolve, but get direction from the emanating voice in that. This week is about why. Why the emanating voice at all? Why follow this deep voice inside of us? So let me let you in on a little secret. I've been obsessed with this idea of a question, a certain philosophical question, and it goes like this: on what shall we hang our hats? The question is, what's that fundamental item, that fundamental building block on which we build the rest of our world, on which we build the rest of our ideology, on which we build the rest of our moral system? On what shall we hang our hats? Now, there's a lot of mainstream answers to this. You can hang it on the traditions of your family. You can hang it on the traditions of the religion that you were raised in. You can hang it on some modern charismatic leader that you follow. But here's an idea that struck me. Again, this comes from Terence McKenna, my favorite philosopher, and he asked this question: why follow any man? You could say, why follow any woman? Why follow any person? If we're going to decide how we're to live, how we're to act, what decisions to make, why follow someone else? And when that hit me, when I heard that question, I was like, dang, that's a dang good question, bro. And I thought about it, and it's like, why follow someone else? Why abdicate that responsibility for our lives? We do have these lives. We're awake. We got arms. I got one leg right now. I don't have two legs, but I have one leg that I can do something with. Why delegate the authority to make these decisions to someone else? And I thought about that question. And for me, the answer is, I don't want to delegate. I don't want to abdicate. I don't want to follow someone else, someone who's alive now, someone who was alive a long time ago. I think about it like this. I'm in a band. But here's the thing. My band, we play some cover songs. We were working on a lot of originals. But here's the thing. If you choose in your life to follow someone else, if you choose in your life to follow an ideology that was put out there by someone else, to me, that's like a band that only plays cover songs. You only play songs that someone else made. Now, you can do this, but to me, if we're talking about the good, the true, and the beautiful, whoops, I'm not inspired by that. I'm not inspired by only cover songs. It can be fun. I definitely, when I was starting out playing guitar, I played all covers because you're not good enough to write anything at that point. But once you're grown up, once you have your own band, write your own songs. And so that's the idea with the emanating voice, is that you don't need to abdicate to someone else. You don't need to abdicate to something that was invented thousands of years ago. Instead, there's something deep inside of you that I believe can be followed, that I believe can be trusted. And it's not shallow in that it's just you. There's thousands of years of information baked inside of you. There's generations before you, generations of information, of decisions, of wins and losses baked into the DNA of our body, baked into every cell of our body. And with that, I think there's a voice in there that we can follow, that we can trust, that we can use. And so that's what I'm excited about. I want to teach people to be able to identify that voice and to be able to interact with it. So week 1 was a specific exercise of, let's do this painting, let's mix these colors, let's practice relaxing our shoulders, relaxing our body, listening to the reaction. And that's tapping into that deep intuition inside of us, that deep voice that's inside of us. For this week, what I want you to do is to practice that emanating voice in real life. So we're not going to do a piece of art, but we're going to remember the piece of art. We're going to remember the painting that we made. And I want you to use it in one of 3 circumstances. 1, directions. If you're out in a place, if you're out in a location, you're driving somewhere and you think, how do I get home from here? Try this week, just try it. Try not pulling out Google Maps. Just sit there and not even think. It's not like, oh, I came here, I went from here. Just sit here and let the emanating voice go. Present the situation to yourself. Maybe you're in a parking lot. Maybe you're at a park. Just present it to you. Just let it come to you and let an answer come forward. I'm here. I think we should go that way. And an answer will come, hopefully. And experiment with that. Play with that. Maybe drive that way. If you don't have a timeline somewhere you need to be, just go for it. Maybe you do have a timeline of somewhere you need to be, and then compare it against Google Maps. But at least do the exercise of trying directions based on the emanating voice. Let the situation present to yourself, and just let the answer emerge from within inside of you. So directions is one option. Clothes is one option. So when you're picking out an outfit, oh, today I'm wearing my K5K shirt. K5K! This was a Kensingdale 5K when we lived in Chicago in a community up there. We ended up putting together a 5K every year. I would run it in my overalls. But try that as an exercise rather than just picking something random out of your closet or thinking, oh, I'm going to talk to this person, I should do this, I should do that. Go into your closet and look at it. And this is like the painting exercise. Just let the colors come to you and let an answer come out of you. So you're presenting with these different colors, the different shirts, these different dresses, ties, whatever it is you're trying to put on. And just approach it from an emanating voice approach. We're trying to get some experience with practical exercises on these things. Option number 3, dinner for the evening. Let's say you're gonna hang out with friends, you're gonna go out, you're gonna eat some food, you're gonna go to a bar, whatever it is kids these days do. And when planning for the night, instead of using your mind, instead of thinking we could do this, we could do that, we went here last night, we went here there, instead of taking a poll from everyone, we could do this, whatever. Again, present the evening to yourself. Take in what's going on. Oh, it's warm tonight. Oh, it's somewhat late already. Oh, I'm a little bit tired. Just let this come to your body and let an answer come forward. You may be surprised. Maybe the answer is, normally I would go out, but tonight actually I think I'm just going to sit on my back porch and just watch the clouds fade away. And so that's another possible exercise. So your options for this week: using the emanating voice in your everyday life with directions, trying to figure out which way to go, or with an outfit, what you're going to wear, or with evening plans. Try one of those things. See how it goes. Maybe that's a different decision-making process for you than you've used in the past. But remember back to that painting. Remember back to being open and responding. Remember back to the painting where you made the color and then the next day you looked at it and how you reacted to it. Those emotions, checking in with your body, how you feel, whether you feel tense, whether you feel happy. Hopefully the answer comes out cleanly, quickly. And it's by these sorts of practices that we build up experience with the emanating voice, that we build up the ability to use it. We start in these situations that are not life or death. You can think about which direction to go and then use your phone. It's okay. But we build up practice, we build up exercise so that when something crucial does happen, when you're in an evening where it's an important moment and you have to make an important decision quickly, you have practice and oh, my car broke down, I'm on the highway, I know what to do. I don't have to think about it. I just know what to do. So that's this week. Give it a try.